I came to Aurora College, you could almost say by accident. Not really by accident, but not by plan either. I graduated from West Aurora in 1952. By the time the spring of '53 came, we all were facing military service at that time. I knew I would be drafted at some point, but they weren't taking us until we were around 23. So I had time before the draft would get me, or I could go right in. So I thought, well, I should go to school somewhere. I didn't know where to go. So I actually came to Aurora College for the purpose of marking time until I decided where to go. The school is the people. And the people, students and faculty, was the reason I changed my mind and decided to spend another 4 years here. Some really, really nice fellow students and a dedicated faculty. It was really all I needed. Well, you come in and you're young. What was I? I guess I was 18 when I came in. And you have many classes and many exposures to many good people. And you can't help but mature and become broader as a result of those exposures. If you had people that you thought were a bunch of rum-dums, you probably wouldn't pay much attention to them. You probably wouldn't be there very long, and it wouldn't have much effect on you. But certainly here, I left a much broader, much more comfortable, happy person than when I came in and didn't know what I was going to do. Well, I had the good fortune of having a neighbor, my wife and I did, Martha Shingathi, who was Martha Mattias, who was Martha Dunham. I knew her first when she was Martha Dunham from our church. She married George Mattias. He was a lawyer. But Martha was as down to earth as anybody you would ever meet in your life. She married Herb Shingathi long after George had died. And they were a great match. Herb was a terrific guy. And when we were living in Aurora, they were kitty corner street across from us. Our kids grew up at the same time. We were out in the country when my wife was reading the paper, and it said that somebody had anonymously given something like $3.5 million to the school for a new building. And she said to me, "Who do you suppose that was?" And I said, "I don't have a clue. I wouldn't have the slightest idea in the whole world." And she said, "I think Martha did it." And I said, "Well, why did you think that?" And she says, "I don't know. I just think I just feel that way." And it wasn't very much later that we learned that, my goodness, she was right. I certainly didn't know it, and I was very surprised that she did. Jack Thornton was our neighbor when we lived out, before we were married, when I lived at home out west of Aurora. He owned a farm. The Thornton Gymnasium is not named for him, but for his son who was killed in a farm accident. Jack Thornton was a great guy. Everybody knew Jack Thornton. He just as easy, just like Martha, just an ordinary guy, very successful, very ordinary guy. They were impressive people, and Aurora College was university by the time they were involved, pretty much, I think. We're very lucky to have them as good friends.